Oh gosh, it's getting. I mean, it's getting really bad, and we're only 2 days after the results. We're really a day, but it's like every time I go on social media, it pops up. People are really. I've never seen people this angry. Like the anger is just there. It's just coming out on the left. The left is just. I mean, and they're violent with it. They're violent with the anger.
I know. And you see, the inauguration is just going to make this thing build up and fester up even more.
I'm thinking it's going to die down a little bit before the holiday season, but then in January it's going to ramp right back up, like you said, with the inauguration.
I don't even think it's going to die down. See, a lot of Republicans and people who supported Trump, they're acting cool for the most part. Right. I don't hear too many people going nah.
Right.
But there are people who are doing that. That's going to keep this storm brewing.
And so you got content creators, because they already got it's multiple videos out now. Like I said, this is like really day one after the results. They're making content, and in the content they're showing the meltdowns in the video, and I'm like, this is you're only feeding the fire. Leave these people alone. Let them be upset. Let them grieve their candidate losing, and then let it die down, because we already know the closer we get to January 20th, the more it's going to brew back up, because they're going to have it on TV. They're going to have it on all the outlets. People are going to get angry again.
It's going to keep it stirred up.
The video I just sent you.
That was crazy.
Yes. And had one you're going to sit in the video if you watch it, if you watch the whole thing. This one lady was like, you know what, you men are misogynistic, you know, all this. She is literally shaving her head and cutting her hair, saying, I'm not going to be skinny. I'm not going to look pretty. I'm shaving my head. I'm cutting my hair. And I'm like, what?
Well, who is she hurting? Who is she hurting but herself?
Yeah, but she, in the video, she's shaving her head. She's cutting her hair. She's like, I'm going to get fat. I'm not going to be skinny. And I'm like, what? For what?
Oh, well, do you? Do you? Do what you got to do. There's a lot of mental health issues out here. And I think social media has taken things. Social media could be a useful tool. It's like a knife that you need to cut up your food and prepare your food, or you can stab somebody with it, right? You can drive a car and get from point A to point B. Or you can be locked up for vehicular manslaughter if you try to run somebody over. So it all depends on, my thing is that society overall has moved into this illusionary world more so based on reality, but we take it where we want to take it because of the content shared by other people and the other people that are influencing us.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so 4 years from now, it's going to get worse.
Especially if they vote another Republican in 2028. Yes, but see, me, I've been voting for over 20 years. I've never had this reaction when my candidate lost. I have never. It's like I just went on about my life. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Election is in another 4 years, but these people act like he is the very last president that the U.S. would ever have, ever.
Unbelievable.
Yes, but when I went to work today, and I hate to say it, I work around a lot of liberals. And these people are so far to the left, it's like they vote blue no matter who. That's why I say they vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, no matter who. Exactly.
And
they don't think.
Right. Right. I go into work today, and Lance, I had to compose myself because I didn't want to seem too happy. I didn't want to be smiling. I just kept my face. I
you
just
have to
kept my
withhold
face
that.
Neutral, huh?
It's a shame you have to withhold that. It's crazy.
I kept my face neutral, and the office was quiet. There was no one was making small talk. Nobody was wanting to do side conversations. It was just quiet. Let's just do our work. You could cut the tension with a knife.
Wow. You know me, I'm a clown. I would have been messing with people. You know, I would say, man, I went to the supermarket today. and this old lady jumped in front of me and trumped my position out of the line. I want to play a trumpet so bad. I think I'll get trumpet lessons. I'll call somebody to be postal.
It was just, I'm like, y'all don't even know this man. This man, y'all act like this like this man gonna take money out of your pocket. He's not.
You might put money in your pocket. What are they talking about? You know what I mean?
But see, they're blinded by he's racist. They're blinded by, oh, he's a bigot. He doesn't like women. He's a convicted felon. Oh, but my thing is,
convicted felon in chief.
Right. If the roles were reversed, you would be defending your candidate. So my thing is, with the left that I see, is that it does not matter who their candidate is; they're going to defend that candidate.
Right.
But I just never seen the the violence. Like, black women are online telling black men that if they get killed by the police, they're not gonna protest in the street.
Ain't that something?
If you get pulled over by the police, we're not gonna do nothing. I hope something happened to you. And then you got a little scrappy making a video talking about something. If something would have happened to your kids, I'm just gonna pray for you. Talking about something. If you black and you voted for Trump, I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm not going to even acknowledge. You're not even black to me. You're not even black to me.
Wow. Well, I noticed that on certain social media platforms, since I never said I am voting for Trump or I am voting for I was just speaking common sense, and people can pick up that I favor Trump. Yes. And I can tell you why.
Well, see, the thing is, I favor him too because of policy. I vote policy. I don't vote race.
Exactly.
Nor do I vote gender. And you shouldn't vote those things. And the fact that the Democratic Party does that to black people should let black people know how smart they think you are. They know that they have your vote as long as they say the person is black or the person of a certain gender.
And they think
that's crazy.
Yeah, and they talk about, oh, she's a black woman, but your mother was a black woman. My mother married a black man. Okay?
Right.
She didn't. You see what I mean? So don't try to bring me that foolishness. And the way she treated black men, she locked them all up like that for dumb things. And the parents of children who were truant in school, and she wants to take taxpayers' money and give transgendered operations to locked up criminals in prison. But no, this is what you want? This transgender, transhumanism. This a man can go into the bathroom where your daughter is or your wife is. And like I said before in one of the other shows, excuse my French, if a man in a dress goes into the bathroom and my daughter or my wife is in there, well, he's going in there with a penis, or my penis will go in there in a protective mode. I said that. You know what I mean? Then you can't, oh, sir, you can't go to the woman's bathroom. Well, what is this thing doing in here?
I've heard men say that. I've heard men say that. They say, yeah. I have a daughter that's 10 or 11 years old. As soon as I see a man go in that woman's bathroom, you're going to see me in that woman's bathroom.
Daggone right. Daggone right. Daggone right. Fruit of Islam with it. Seriously.
But yeah, that is, they are willing to overlook that though. Because the thing that I kept hearing was, especially on shows like The View and the DNC, these heavy liberal outlets, they kept saying how Trump is going to be a dictator. Trump is going to take away our rights. Okay, today's Thursday, November 7th. What rights have you lost so far? I'm serious, because they kept saying before the election, they said, right. So it's not like it's a president that you didn't know that what he was going to do. He was already president before. You didn't lose rights then,
right?
When he was president before.
They seem to forget that.
Yeah.
But you have to also, one thing that hit me, I always go down a timeline and compare different things. Okay, this is 2024. right? Go
Yeah.
back to 2006. If you were born in 2006 for the most part, unless you were born in December, you're 18 years old now. Now, maybe a lot of 18-year-olds don't vote. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, depending on where they live, right? It's important to some and others not. But this is the first election. I'm not going to say this is the first election where social media has an effect. But now we have 18-year-olds who were born in full swing of social media. When they were born in 2006, YouTube was around for a year. When they were born in 2006, Facebook was around for a year or two. I think it came out in 2004. So when they were crawling around and had no sense of anything, pooping in their diapers, social media was there. So you got to understand their whole world. Now we can go back a little more. We can say if you're 24 years old, you were born in social media, even though certain platforms weren't there until 2004 and 2005. When you were 4 or 5 years old, you didn't have any sense of the world and politics. So we can say that. Look at everybody who is 24 years old and younger, down to 18, those 6 years, and social media is permeated deeply, embedded deeply into the subconscious minds of those and above. Okay, you have 30-year-olds who, they're influenced by that. You can say if a person was born in 1990, when they were 15 years old and YouTube came out, it had an influence. And since then, it's been there. But it's going to get more intense because this is a way of life. And the news doesn't work anymore with their propaganda because you can get to alternative sources of news. And not only that, but opinion from other people who are content creators. So
all these podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to just let's run it in and see the news, and the news is slanted. If it's CNN, it's Democrat. If it's Fox, it's leaning toward Republican. So, it's a different world. And 4 years from now, it's going to be quite different because, see, all of this twisted stuff has been normalized. For so many people to not question a woman, and it could have been a man. It doesn't matter, right? About this transgendered operation, and you're letting in illegal immigrants. And we as Black people who are born and raised there, working and paying our taxes, we don't get these breaks. We can't get reparations. You know what I mean? And also with Donald Trump, even though I favor him, let's see what his stance would be on reparations. Maybe before he leaves office, he'll do that. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Let's call him to task. Look, he's there to serve us. He says a lot of good things. He's done a lot of good things. Let's go the full mile. Because look at what Kamala Harris said. I'm not going to do anything for Black people that I can't do for everybody. So that tells you right there.
And she blatantly said, I'm not going to do something just for Black. And it's like the way she said it. She's like, I'm not going to do anything just for Black people. I'm like, wow. Okay. All right.
But everybody else gets
you could do something just for Asians. You could do something just for Hispanics. I mean, come on. Yep. You could do something just for transgender. You could do something just for gay. I mean, come on.
You're right. This remains to be seen. And I know they're not going to bring her back in 4 years. That's a disaster.
Oh, of course not. She is, and they were talking about that on, of course, the left leaning, the left leaning newscast. She is not gonna. No, y'all don't have to worry about her no more. I don't think anybody on this planet is gonna even. She probably won't even pass the what is it? The primary.
Right. And what could she say? Because you have all these sound bites now of her saying dumb stuff.
Right.
What can you say?
And the thing is, what I don't like about the left, like I said, I voted Democratic in the past, and yes, I have. But now I had to do something different because my thing is, when you do the same thing over and over again with the same result, expecting a different result, what is that? Insanity.
Right. You read about that.
If I've already seen what your party has done in 4 years and I don't like it, why would I vote for you again?
Do you think we're stupid like that? They think we're straight stupid. But the stupidity is gone. At the same time, like the creator for social media, it's a double-edged sword. I speak about it a lot in a bad way, and I speak about it a lot in a good way. it's a double-edged sword. It depends, you know. It's like that old reggae song. I've got the handle, baby. You got the blade. It depends on what part you're holding the sword, right? They are holding the blade, and we got the
Yep.
handle. So get over it. Go to the hospital and deal with your wounds. But people
see,
are.
the thing is, they said some of the nastiest thing about the right. I mean, about people who's voting Republican, and I'm like, I live in a country that's free. I should have a right because the thing about it is, white people don't go through this. A white person can be unaffiliated and can vote either Democratic or Republican based on what policy they agree with, and no one says anything. If
And
you
people ain't gonna
black,
say a damn thing. Mm-hmm.
if you black, you better vote Democratic. And I mean, I don't care how bad your candidate is. I don't care if your candidate is I don't know, a green Martian that's 3 feet tall that hates humans. You better vote for him if he's Democratic.
Right. It's going to affect relationships, marriages, friendships, employment. You best believe we don't want any Republicans working here. We're going to find a way to fire them. We're going to get rid of this Republican ass. Last week, you're black. You know, oh, we don't want those kind here. Then find out you're Republican. Oh, he's a Republican. Black. Oh, that's even worse. So what a tizzy the Klan might be in right now, right? Say, for example, you're in a Walmart checkout line and you got a Klansman undercover in front of you, right? He doesn't like you because you're black, right? So now all of a sudden he overhears that you're voting for Trump. You're voting for a white man. Now he's cool with you now. Because, you know, this country's it's messed up, man. The allegiances and alliances. Ever shifting.
The black person that's behind you, you their enemy now. Because if they hear that you're, oh my goodness, you might as well be a racist white man. If you black and you vote red, you are a racist white man. That's exactly how they're gonna treat you, a racist white man.
America has an identity problem for the most part. Not all. The ones who think, I'm not going to even say all Republicans are. I'm just saying that the Democratic Party and their influence and their twisted stuff online, it wasn't like even they were saying some good stuff, or they were talking about policy, or they were talking about definitive things that they're going to go after. You know, one thing that rung true with me, like, you know, I'm going to be 62 in April and I'm going to get Social Security. And I'm like, I like to hear the fact that Trump is leaning toward not taxing Social Security checks.
And it shouldn't, because you've already worked for that money that you're collecting every month. You've already worked. And two, it's been taxed already. That's the main thing. It's already been taxed.
Yeah. Yep.
But they don't want to hear that. They want to. They go off of, he's a dictator, he's racist, he's a bigot, he's misogynistic, he doesn't like women.
Well, what do you want him to like? Oh, if he did say he grabs a woman's vagina, well, maybe she is in agreement with that. Maybe he's not going to walk up to somebody and just do that. Right. Maybe I know he's married. I'm just saying theoretically. What do you want him to like? But if he's sitting up here wanting to go put on a dress and go into a bathroom, you support that. You see what I mean? And I don't know if it's true or not, but they were saying how Kamala, she's behind this, I don't know what you call it. Maybe you know, the abortion after the child is born.
Right.
Really?
Right.
So you in favor of killing a child?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of witchery is that?
That is murder. A child is born. It's a full-fledged child, and it's like, I'm sorry, I can't back that. There's no way I'm backing that.
You're right.
And see, the Democratic Party is not what it used to be. Democratic Party originally didn't have the gay and, transgender and all that. It didn't have all that in there. It really didn't.
It didn't.
It really didn't have that.
They turned it around. It's just like with the LGBTQ, all this alphabet business. Back in the day, Our struggle's the same as yours. You're
No, it's
black
not.
and I'm gay, and it's the same
Mm-mm,
thing. We have to help and support each other. And as soon as
mm-mm.
you have some black fools supporting that stuff, they don't know you anymore.
Right. And it's not the same as being. I'm sorry, it's not the same as being gay. There's no way. There's no way you cannot compare. You can't even begin to compare being gay to being black. No, you are not treated the same. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Or you can put the bass back in your voice if you're gay and you want to hide. You can put the bass
Right.
back in your voice and hide and go shape shift and get over. We can't take we can't erase the width of our nose, the kinkiness of our hair, and the color in
Right.
our skin. Even
I
though
can't take this
Kamala
black off.
Harris, yeah, exactly. Kamala Harris is transracial. She's Hindu Irish years ago, and all of a sudden now she's black, and people are still running with that.
Oh yeah. Did you catch this? Before the election, she was black, and now that she's lost, she's multiracial. They calling her multiracial now. They're not saying black no more.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
And she couldn't even concede on the same night like you were supposed to.
Right.
She didn't even come out. And I'm like, they're waiting. Your party is waiting for you, ma'am, to come out.
No, but they had to tell her what to say. That's what it
Lance,
is.
it does not take that. It does not take that long. You waited next day until what after? Waited the next day until after 3 o'clock, and she was still after 4 o'clock, and she was still late. She was still late.
She spent the night under a table, cowering, having a breakdown, locked in the room with lines of coke on the floor, alcohol. She sniffed up. They probably had to bust in the room to give her something to sleep. They had to do a makeup job on her, probably do some Photoshop or AI when she came out and instruct on what she has to say. It was probably a teleprompter anyway. That's right.
You know, all of their speeches are written. You know that speech was written. She didn't do that.
Right. I would have sent her ass out there with no teleprompter. Cackle now. I would have started out with 1 minute and did it. Yes, I would. And let's see now.
Yeah.
We're in deep water. Let's see what you're really all about. It would have turned. See, she was probably at gunpoint. Don't you say anything bad about Trump. We're going to knock you off now. Trust me. Her whole race, she wanted to do that. She spoke bad about Trump, called him all kind of names. And all of a sudden she's this dignified person who is just so all embracing on, having the kumbaya moment. Get out of here. If they took the teleprompter away, she'd be cussing Trump. Trust me. She'd start out cool. She'd panic. And that bastard, he said, and she would have just melted down right there. And he would have caught it all on camera. I'm telling you. She's propped up.
This is what I think. Yeah, this is what I think. Even when they're campaigning, I don't think they should ever have a teleprompter. I want your real answer. I want your real answer.
I want you to speak for real from the heart. If I was a politician, they wouldn't get me. They would listen, let's get him off stage. He been up there for 8 hours. I don't need no damn teleprompter. Because I'm going to tell it like it is. I don't have to sit here and be politically correct and have somebody write everything. No. And if I step on some toes being real. I'm human. If you slip up on a hot mic and say something, boy, they got you.
Yeah.
Everything, every movement. You can't even pick your nose in public. That's a news story somewhere in the world. Australian news. Kamala Harris picks a booger. We didn't see where she wiped it. Oh, my God.
Did you see her concession speech, though?
Yeah.
What did you think about that? Because she said, the fight is not over. We can still fight. Just because we didn't win now.
What I'm saying, what is she fighting? Like, okay, you lost. Join up. Let's do things so she's not looking at it like, okay, we're one country. We tried, we lost, but maybe we can still get some of the things we want in. Let's work along, whatever. But she's still letting you know, I'm not conceding. We still have a fight. But right now, since she unraveled so many times over the last few months, and they see what it is, that the media boosted everything up to make it seem like it was neck and neck. And get these people all riled up.
And the thing is, she talked about the other party so bad, I don't think they're going to even want her to be part of anything.
Exactly. And imagine the political insiders would know the real deal about her, like with
Right.
different things that the media will never see. Imagine that.
Right.
What they know. There's a lot of things going around about old knee pads. Better get them knee pads.
Oh my goodness! You know, in the first election, I was looking at YouTube, and especially the guys that were content creators, they were calling her Headboard Harris.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Lewinsky 3.0. I know old Clinton wants to get back into something now. Yeah. Oh, I need to be there.
She didn't even, and they made a video about her not. I said watch, because I was looking Wednesday. I'm like, somebody gonna make a video of her not conceding on Tuesday, right? Like coming out, like and sure enough,
That's
some
what
people
happened.
from YouTube made videos about her not conceding, and they were like, she was supposed to speak at 12, then they pushed it back to 4. Then we sitting there waiting for her at 4 o'clock. She's still late. With the speech, she was still late. She was still late.
It had no reason to be. It's not, like she was on her own and the train was late or whatever. No, they got everything hooked up for you. So why are you late? I just need an extra line of Coke. I can't face this. And I know they told her, when you go out there, do not wipe your nose.
See, Lance, stop.
We'll have more Coke for you, but do not wipe your nose. Dave Chappelle will get you.
But the thing is, not unless, this is the only thing I can think of, not unless they haven't, because they're supposed to have those concession speeches written. Everything's supposed to be pre-done because they don't know who's going to win and who's going to lose. The only thing I can think of is they actually didn't write one for her because they were so sure that they were going to win that she did not have a response speech ready last night. And that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that makes sense. But with the way numbers were going, the real numbers were going, you'd think that somebody would break out with a pen and paper and try to do something.
Right. But when I was watching the election Tuesday night, Lance, the way she was losing, how you lose all the swing states? Like, you lost all the, how you turn, when Pennsylvania turns red, you know you're in trouble. When Pennsylvania and Michigan, those are true blue states, when they turn red, that is an issue. And I'm like, what? Because I knew Pennsylvania was going to be, I knew Pennsylvania was going to be blue. I knew Michigan was going to be blue. I knew all the Northeast was going to be blue. But then they said New York was almost red. And I said, if New York turned red, I probably would have took a drink that night. I would have took a shot. If New York turned red, I would have took a shot. And I don't even drink. I would have took a shot on that.
Wow. In his own state where he comes from. But then again, remember, New York City is not New York State. New York State is huge. New York City is tiny.
I know. The only reason why New York is always blue because of New York City. I know.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that we think of the city as a city, but New York is mostly country.
Right.
And New York City itself, you got Long Island, you have Manhattan, you have Queens and Brooklyn, Long Island, that's one landmass, but the most of the landmass of Brooklyn and Queens is Long Island. Nassau and Suffolk County. So you have different mentalities, but the little farmer upstate, the apple farmer upstate, he's going to think different than the person who comes from the city. And I found that out big time when I was going for corrections in New York State. This is back in '94. And I passed everything with flying colors and the interviews and everything. I didn't get it. I didn't go. I mean, I got it, but that's a long story. Okay. But the guy was like, wow, you're different from those New Yorkers. And he's calling me a New Yorker. He's from New York State. But I understand what he meant because they feel that the crime, it's nothing but crime and corruption. And they look at it that way. They look at it like it's a different country. Many who are living upstate, And you have the cities upstate also, but they're nothing like New York City. It's a different world. You got Buffalo, New York, way over there near Ohio. It's not like New York City. It's more closer to the thought patterns of people in Ohio for the most part. So it doesn't shock me that, New York was leaning more toward Kamala Harris with that, because they're out of touch. I hate to say it that way. They're like that. I hate to say it. They're like that retarded cousin that you don't really know that well. They keep maniatic all the time. You know what I mean? Every time you see him, he's like 2 inches taller.
Right. And it's like, to me, when I was watching the election, because I would flip-flop between CNN and Fox because I want to see how both of them lean, one way, one lean the other way. So I want to get two different perspectives on the same election. How about when Trump would get over 90% of the votes in a state? Fox would go ahead and call it. CNN, he had to be damn near at 100 for them to call that state. But yes. Because I was watching the election, it was like he had 90-something%. It took them a long time to give him Georgia. And I'm like, he has Georgia. Why they still not calling it? They kept replaying, oh, Kamala Harris got New York. Oh, Kamala Harris got Connecticut. Yes, Kamala Harris got Virginia. And I'm like, we knew she had Virginia an hour ago. We knew she had New York an hour ago. Donald Trump has Georgia. Call Georgia. Okay, we're going to go to commercial break. I'm like, okay, then they'll come back. Yes. Yeah, Kamala Harris has Maryland. I'm like, y'all full of it. Y'all full of it. But it took them a very long time to give him those states. Now, you flip over to Fox, he already has Georgia, North Carolina, some of the other states. CNN, no.
And the bad part, it seems as though she was all souped up on the falsehoods of her chances.
Yes. Because if I beat in your head how racist this man is, how much he wants to be a dictator, how much he's in bed with Putin and other dictators around the world, you're going to vote for me. If I tell you I'm black, and I tell you I went to a HBCU, and I tell you I graduated from Howard, and I tell you I'm in a sorority, I'm a part of the Divine Nine and all that, you're going to vote for me. If I tell you that I'm for women's rights and women should have a right to do what she want to do with her body, you going to vote for me. And that's all I need to do for you to vote for me. And if I have these rallies where celebrities come and speak about me but don't perform because I thought I made you think that they were going to perform, you going to vote for me.
Just show up and just walk across the stage.
And then when you find out they're not performing, they're gonna leave the rally because they want to see a performance. They ain't trying to see you. They don't care about what you got to say.
That's the reality of it. And then they get these ratchet performers too. These ratchet entertainers.
And that's another question I want to ask you. Back in the day, because I'm an '80s baby, but I am young enough. I am old enough to remember back in the '90s, even when I couldn't vote. I don't remember when they were having these presidential debates. I don't remember them bringing in celebrities in it. I don't remember them bringing entertainers in it. It was strictly about the policy. They debated. They answered questions. They didn't involve celebrities or they didn't need celebrity endorsements. It was strictly about the policy. When did it change where we needed all these celebrities to endorse the candidates?
It wasn't even like that when Trump ran the time before. It wasn't even like that with the Democrats before. In 2020, if I can recall, people would lend their support and you'd hear about it.
But see, they were. But see, my thing is, I never fell for that because I already knew when you want a celebrity to endorse you, you got to pay them. I already knew.
Exactly.
The celebrity is not just going to endorse you to endorse you. You're paying them money.
Well, it's become so much of a business that even back in the day, I'm quite sure that a lot of people who felt strongly about it when it was a very serious thing to elect a president, that even celebrities knew. And there's dealings outside of that also, even before it was a direct change of money. And I'm not saying this as a fact, but you knew if you endorsed a certain candidate and they won, there were perks coming down the line for you. Like, hey, I endorsed you. And my fans and my followers, they supported you. Okay, hey, we're going to do this for you or whatever. Right. Even if it wasn't, hey, pay me a certain amount. But with Beyonce, it's about that money.
Right. And she didn't even perform.
Bait and switch. The same way Kamala would have performed as a president. Bait and switch. All those things she
That's
said.
what I heard. That is what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't perform. I heard she didn't even perform. With me, I didn't watch none of her debates because I'm tired of the word salad. I couldn't do it.
Too much.
I could not do it. Oh, and you know that money that she raised, like what is it, $1 billion or $2 billion? How much money did she raise?
It was a lot. I heard Bill Gates gave her $50 million.
So, where's that money going since she lost?
I know. She can't keep it.
Why isn't anyone asking that question?
I'm gonna find out. Where does it go? Because I know on certain levels, certain candidates can keep the money, on a lower level. So that's a shame.
Know if she falls back into the shadows. We'll know if she falls into the shadows and you can stop hearing her name. She kind of drop off the radar.
She has to. I mean, there's nothing to uphold her name as though she's this heroic, powerful, bright icon that's going to save the world. And no politician is going to save the world. But what is it about her now that these people were cheering only because she masqueraded as a transracial woman, and she's a woman? I mean, I hope she is. All of those guys that she did the knee pads with are gonna be angry. You're LGBTQ and you didn't even know it. I'm a man. Fooled you. Right. Welcome to the Rainbow Crew. Ow.
Yeah. So what do you think about her campaigning where she really lost some of the black vote, especially black men?
Well, black men, and I can't say anything I say is for all black men, but black men have been snubbed. And it goes back far, but in the recent years, especially on social media, where we have this movement where black men are just degraded, they're no good, they're criminals, they're lazy, ain't no black man can do nothing for me. And on the flip side, I'm a career woman, I got all my money, I don't need a man. Basically, right. When you see a black woman saying that, she's saying, I don't need a black man. Right. But when you see the interracial situations going on, when they get white men in their life, they don't say that. Right. They don't say, so when they say, I don't need a man, they can say, I didn't say black man. When a white man comes along for you because he has a fetish on your sexuality, wants to try you out for a little while. Oh yeah, the pearly gates are open, but we're no good. We make less. See, so it started from back then, and black men detected that in her. Even if she didn't say those things, that Jezebel condescending, oh, you're less than. I made it and you're less than. And this is why, she had to get Trump in, Barack Obama in to come in now and spank you because nigga men, you should fall in line. That's what it is. That's why I'm going to talk to the brothers. You never know brother to me. Chastising us in public and dealing with everybody, giving everybody else. And it's not about giving. Have we earned something with all the stuff we've gone through to build the country off our backs, and then you throw us away like a useless tool? Kamala Harris is that supervisor on the job that favors everybody else except the black men who work there, who keys to the ones she's supervising who may be white. And when you have a question for what? I'm busy. Make it quick. Oh, God. That's who Kamala Harris is to us. Yeah. I'll say that much. And so now here she is now coming around. And especially she showed that that's who she is when she was a prosecutor. And black men see that these days, they cut off, just like with the whole modern woman thing now. Again, most black men, the majority, they do not feel bad when a black woman does good. But we all know that corporate America will give the black woman the opportunity and not give the black man. And you know
Right.
what? I'm not saying that's okay because we're not going to beg for anything. But now you turned our own sister, our own woman against us. That's the part that hurts. So now our sisters running around, oh, yes, I have this, I have that, I got this. And they're looking at you like they're giving you the nigger treatment as a black man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is what happened with a lot of these black women who got mad at black men for, no, we can't support you in who you are against us. No, the betas can, the beta simps can, crying and all that. No, I'm still the man. Your corporate strap on does not mean anything to me. You know, so this was our chance. No, you've abused us. You've put us down. This is what we saw. This is what I saw in her. You
My
know,
whole
I mean,
thing is this. To me, it angered me to see Barack Obama talk like that to black men.
right. That's how he felt all along.
I mean, like I'm like, you talking to grown black men. And to me, all I heard was just vote for her. Don't think about the policy. Don't think about what she stands for, what she represents, what she's gonna do to you. Just vote for her. And then to me, it was more insulting that, oh, I'm gonna legalize weed and give you loans.
Isn't that something?
That's like, so. Every black man, I know plenty of black men that don't smoke weed. Are you serious?
Right. I don't smoke weed. Well,
right.
That's like going to Kentucky and saying to white people, poor white trash, well, we're going to legalize crystal meth. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of mess is that? Oh, she's going to come against black men now in her personal life. Trust and believe.
But see, why are all black men blamed? Because black men did not elect Donald Trump. Black people, we're only 13% of the population. We can't put no candidate in office. So I'm trying to figure out, why do you hate black men so much? You say you hate
because
black
it was
men,
already
but
there.
It's like it's still. But over 70% of black men still voted for Kamala Harris. The black men that vote, the black men and women that voted for Trump is still a small percentage compared to, because Kamala, she still got over 80-something% of the black vote anyway.
Well, see, she was mad that she was made to be put in a position where she needed black men. That pissed her off. Me need the black male vote? And I can't stand them? And I have to cater to them? No, I'm not going to do anything for me. You know, and when black women heard that, they had their nose so wide open to this pseudo-black woman in position. What did they think they were going to get? Oh, the modern woman. They should have
stopped supporting her. The minute she offended the black man, they should have stopped supporting her right then.
But see, social media has made it where the black woman is not supposed to support the black man.
Right.
That's just the bottom line. It has wired us. Those who have escaped the clutches through critical thinking or being born earlier than the okie doke that's going on, they know better. But for the most part, you know, I don't know. Maybe they had some really bad daddy issues, some of these women. I don't know. It's true. I mean, and this is their way of getting back, you know, that we don't need you. And now we have a black female president, which she's not black. But that was their fantasy. I'm on top of the world now, but still hurting on the inside. Because there's something wrong with Kamala Harris still, too. She got her little man, little pink thing waiting for her at home. What more do you want? And you come from an affluent family, this whole middle class, poor, middle class, raised a certain way. No, that didn't exist. You come from an affluent family. Candace Owens blew all of that up. And that's the thing. Donald Trump needs to call out Candace Owens and give her a special award.
Yeah.
Look, I know people in the past didn't like her. She's married to a white man, all this and that. She came from black. But look, she came through this time. That's like you sitting at home hungry. Something happened, the power was out, you couldn't leave, you up in the mountains, and the uncle you hated the most is driving up the mountain with food. You don't like him, but you pulled it through. I can't hate you as much while I bite down this pizza.
Right,
Well, see,
right.
Candace Owens came through.
Oh,
What if
Candace
Candace
Owens
Owens
got
sided
a
with
new
Kamala?
video. Candace
Say
Owens
it
got a
again?
new video on her YouTube, and it says, "We made Kamala Harris Indian again."
Yeah, I saw the title. I didn't look at
Oh,
that yet.
like, oh, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
What is she now? You know what I mean? Forevermore, what is she now? I'm running back to being an Indian. Damn these niggas. uh,
Well, after she gave that speech, that concession speech, she definitely was Indian again. Because you know what, she was Indian as soon as she lost it. When she didn't come out, and he was like, the guy that made a video, the black guy that made the video, he was like, he didn't even respect y'all. She didn't even respect y'all enough to give y'all a concession speech that same
right.
night. She waited till the next day and was still late giving you a concession speech.
Exactly. No, but maybe
She
that
sent
was
her
her whole thing
representative
about.
out. She sent
Maybe
her
that was her
representative
whole.
out. And he was like, y'all come home, come back
I
tomorrow.
saw
I'm
that.
like, ain't nobody coming back tomorrow. I already know she lost. I'm not coming back tomorrow. No.
Exactly. No, but look, that was part of her trying to prove to you she's black, because black people are always late to events. They're always tardy.
No. Every presidential election, they gave the concession speech. What minutes after it's declared? No, she has to be extra. Wait till the next day, and was still late.
Oh my! And still late. That's a heck of a statement.
And was still late.
Yeah. She had to get that coke in her.
See,
She had a meltdown.
it's so many
Mm-hmm.
videos about what she was doing. See, I think Fox was like she was crying. One guy made a video. He was like she was crying. She was boo-hooing on her husband's chest. He was trying to console her that whole night.
Mm. But she took it too personal. Like she's like that woman who never got attention, but she gets attention now, and for whatever reason, like she's that really big chick that never got the attention. She hit the lottery and got all this cosmetic surgery and lost all this weight, and 6 months later, everybody's on her tail, and she believes that it's authentic. You see what I mean?
Right.
The conditions in Black America between the sexes were already in a state of division through social media, and their engineering to turn the black man and the black woman against each other. She thought she can ride that wave and still turn around and shame us as black men to support her and just be little simps. I got no problems supporting a woman who is in a leadership role if she knows what she's doing. Just the same way I will not support a man who's supposed to be in a leadership road and get out of here, right? Role and he's inept. If he's inept, I don't care what you got between your legs. The matter of fact, if you can do the best job in your LGBTQ, that's not my lifestyle. That's not my fight. But if you're the best, then put that person in. If I'm having heart issues and I got an hour before I'm going to transition, and I find out that the best heart specialist to go in my chest and do whatever they got to do is some gay dude, hi. I'm like, listen, stick with the heart. Don't look down any lower. Keep your attention in my chest, and we good. If you're the best, we want the best to do it.
Right, but don't lead with I'm gay or I'm transgender or I'm black. That you can't lead with that. You can't lead with that.
Exactly. Especially if you're working on my heart. I don't know what kind of sprinkling stuff you put in there. Let's put a little rainbow dust in his chest. He'll change in 5 years. No, I don't want that. My body will reject it. Trust me.
Right. But see, I think this election proves to the Democratic Party that they can't lead with identity politics, nor can they lead with, gender politics. They can't do that.
Right. So they're going to have to revamp if they want to have a chance.
They're
Because they're
gonna have
fighting
to
an
because
uphill battle.
I don't care if their next candidate is black. I'm not gonna vote for you just because you're black. I'm sorry. I'm done with that.
Well, let's see
No.
what they come up with their bag of tricks now. In their bag of tricks now, we got 4 years to come up with something.
It's not going to work. To me, if both parties need to stick with policy and policy only.
That's all. That's all you have to do.
And that's
I
how
don't
it
know
used
what
to
they're
be.
doing.
That's how it used to be.
But we never had so much vile stuff.
I mean, these people are just,
Lies.
I'm like, you can't even tell nobody who you voted for. You can't. Not in America. I might have to move to Africa and tell them, you know what, hey, yeah, I did vote red this year. Yeah, I did. I can't say that over here. My tires might be slashed. My tires might be slashed when I get up in the morning. I better not say nothing. I can't even talk too loud now. I'm in an apartment. I can't even talk too loud now. I don't know how thin these walls are.
I'm gonna get a MAGA hat and go down to the tourist area where you have some white folks. I know there's some Kamala supporters.
Yeah.
Not only did I leave America and come to Africa, but I have a "Make America Great Again" hat on. What do you think about that? Now, go back to your old country. Go back to where you came from. Don't come here with that stuff. Kamala came here trying to push that rainbow agenda. Y'all go back. We don't want that here.
Yeah.
It's bad enough you put atrazine in the daggone food and fertilizer. It's bad enough you got all these other things going on.
But see, they have RFK.
We don't want that.
They have RFK in office. Not in office, but Trump has RFK on his team, and he's going to go after Big Pharma, which is a good thing.
He's going to straighten out a whole lot of things too. He ain't going for it either. You know what I mean? He had a lot of opposition with the medical and pharmaceutical companies and exposing them. You know.
Right. Exactly right.
So they really don't like
right.
it. Then Elon Musk has X, aka Twitter, and Kamala Harris was swearing to shut that down, and now they can get on Twitter and say whatever they want. What? And it's not controlled like the American social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's all controlled by the small hats. See? And the government. Zuckerberg said it. So this is why, for me, those ones that I mentioned, I just go there for the people to distribute my stuff and whatever, to bring them back an awareness of my site and what I do. I used to be all in on YouTube and all in. Nah. Now find me on X, named Lancescurv X, with the blue check mark.
I need to download it. I don't think I have it. I need to download it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I had Twitter from 2008. And the page got taken down in 2020. I had 32,000 followers on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with me, I'm used to, the foolishness or hate speech. And under this new rule of Elon Musk, they still haven't really corrected the process to restore, because they will restore. Right. I mean, I'm not a pedophile. I'm not a person calling to murder nobody. It was just an opinion that was spoken by someone. It wasn't even me. And they want to say, hate speech, take the whole thing down. So when he bought it, I guess it was an American thing. When he bought it, then it got out of their clutches, and they don't like that. And that's why you only hear negative things. Since Elon Musk took it, the value went down. Since Elon Musk took it, so and so. But I think it's gotten more fierce in a good way. Of course, they don't push anything inappropriate, but you do have people who slip through the cracks that try to promote their porn sites, and you click on something, oh my God, what am I looking at? You will still see those things, but as an adult, you choose to see what you see. But for people organically to get on without any censorship, no matter where they are in the world, I've learned so much from people all over the world that I've connected to that have no clue about what America is like. And they tell me things about what their country's like in a way where the American platforms would not even allow me to see. So it's organic. I've met people all over the world that I can reach out to. And I'm going to use that tool even more so that way. And it's helped to expand my mind even more so. And it's a wonderful thing. But on Facebook, if you have anything that's not favoring Kamala, as an example, because that's all over. Yes, it's over. Call it a day. Sorry that it. No, I'm happy that it ended this way. Yeah.
And they
So
are, and they own. Oh yeah, and they own they are grilling people about Project 2025 because they think it's true. I'm like, Trump
Trump
already
has
said
nothing to do with that.
right, but they're connecting Project 2025 to Trump because they say it's a conservative thing. I'm like, Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025.
They
Nothing.
better worry about Agenda 2030. That's the real deal.
Oh yeah.
Depopulation. What? Shoot. You know?
And it's not that far.
Mhm.
2030 is roughly 5 years, y'all.
Yeah.
Roughly
Yep.
5 years.
Yep.
But
That's
no,
right here
they're
that we
not
kind
thinking
of
about it.
moving.
See, and this is how AI is going to succeed. They're distracted by Trump winning office, which they shouldn't be because you can't change your presidency. Stop being
Right.
distracted by Trump. Live your life, and think about what kind of job you're going to have, and do some upskilling so that AI won't be doing your job in 5 to 6 years.
Uh-huh.
But they loving that these people are freaking out, making these videos about Trump winning and how their life is over and blah, blah, blah.
Right. They need to be yeah. Uh-huh.
Instead of focusing on AI, they're not going to focus on AI. I keep telling you, AI is just going to slide right on in there.
Right.
And then they're going to sell it to you like conveniently. You don't have to do this anymore. This is so convenient. It's going to be sold as convenient, and you're going to buy into it because it's convenient.
Wow.
Did I send you that video one time? I was looking at this YouTube video, and this couple is in Kenya, and the robot is serving them the food in a restaurant in Kenya.
Did I see? Yes.
Yeah, it's already, and I'm like, that's scary. I'm like, that's already over there, and I'm like, that's already over there in Africa, really?
Mm. And they're
The
not going to put
robot
it
is
on
already
Facebook.
serving food.
Yeah, in Kenya. And nobody sees like what's really happening behind all of that. It might be that now, but we're getting lazier and lazier and
Yeah,
lazier and made to depend on robotics and made to depend on AI to do everything for us on the intellectual level. And we're losing our creativity. You know, real artists are not going to be appreciated as much because you can put in a prompt and pull up any illustration and hang it on your wall. You know, like I said, the only thing AI can't do is tell my story. They
right.
can do things, all around me and whatever, but you as a creator, you as an individual, you as a person, they can't get your soul. And so with me, that's why my stuff is opinionated. It's from my perspective. I don't think I know more than anybody else, but AI cannot copy that. AI cannot tell you my experiences in life from when I was born up until now and the things I feel, what made me. No, they can't do that. So I'm not intimidated by it. The more original you are, the more AI proof you are.
Right. Yeah, but it's yeah. I don't think that we're going to be prepared. I think a whole lot of people are not. It's going to catch them by surprise, and they're not going to be prepared. They're going to look up, and it's already kind of starting now with certain jobs being phased out because companies are trying to find ways to cut down on their workforce.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, when we did shows in the past, you were like AI. That's a salary that they don't have to pay. Once they
That's
figure
right.
out that process, and once they could create a program for it that does it, that's no salary that they don't have to pay.
That's right. That's right.
That they don't have to give AI dental and medical and PTO days and all that other type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And people are not thinking about that. That is the scariest thing. That is the scariest thing. And people need to. I mean, it's important to vote in an election, but I think once and no one's talking about it. Not even in the presidential candidates. I was expecting something about AI.
Is there something?
Elon Musk. Not unless Elon Musk is going to do something, but they don't talk about AI. No one talks about AI.
That is something. They know something that we don't.
Because the reason why I say this is because when I'm going to these stores, I'm seeing more and more self-checkouts.
Will it be where we don't need
store.
a president anymore? Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be an AI. It's going to be an AI machine. That's what it's going to be. I told you it might start with Trump. They're gonna do his inauguration over Zoom.
No, they might have to. They might have to. There'd be somebody looking to drop a bomb on all of them. You know what I mean? Like, and wherever he goes, like I said, I don't want to see anybody get unalived or deleted from living, but it ain't over. It's not over between you and me.
When they won in 2020, I didn't see nobody from the other side making no videos crying, talking about, threatening their lives, wishing bad on them. I didn't see none of that in 2020. But I did see them celebrating. I did see them rubbing it in. I did see them having cookouts and stuff.
Yeah, they will do that.
But now 2024, and it's your turn to lose. Why are you upset?
Barack Obama's crying the hardest. He said, man, I won't be able to control the country anymore because like Willie and Lester, the puppet, the black little marionette puppet, it was really Obama running things for Biden behind closed doors. And if Kamala's in there, he's like, yeah. That's why Michelle was so pissed too.
Lance, it hurt him because he told y'all, when he talked to y'all a month ago, Lance, your mama black. You were raised by a black woman. She taught you everything you know. She taught you how to bathe. She taught you how to brush your teeth. She taught you everything. And then Pastor Jamal Bryant, he told you, a black woman raised you. A black woman raised you, Lance. Why would you? Do you want to be against women?
Well, see,
do you really want to be against women?
A black man also raised me, and that's kind of dismissive to make it where it's just one part you're talking about. Yes, the black woman did all of that and so much more. But in that statement, where is the black man? You see, they can't have it both ways, but yet and still you want our support, right? And legalize weed. Oh, wow, we going to vote for her so they can legalize weed. And those who are locked up on marijuana charges that are still locked up, they're not letting them free, if that's the case then, right? Non-violent offenses, right?
Right.
So come on.
But when she threw that weed and the money at y'all, I'm like, no.
And that doesn't make it easy for you to break into that business. Because white folks done took it over. Everybody's not Mike Tyson.
And I'm thinking, like, you going to legalize weed. What is that going to do for black men? Because they love locking us up, for petty stuff. Black men and women, but mostly black men. They're not letting them into that industry. Even if you do legalize it, what black man going to get a weed store? Who approving that loan? What bank giving that loan? What bank is going to get that loan?
I know, right? Next to the barbershop. In between the barbershop and the beauty parlor.
Right.
Now, you can have a beauty parlor and cut hair, but you can't have a weed store. No, you can't have that. Right. And if you do, the other niggas are going to rob it. They're going to break in at night, take your weed. The fire department will come in when they burn it down. They'll all walk away high. They'll get there fast because they want the contact.
People be standing outside trying to get a contact.
Right. Don't put out that fire too fast. Let's just inhale. Don't wear your mask. Whole neighborhood come out. 4 mile
Yeah.
radius. Everybody's standing around. Move, man! I want to get me a contact. But go ahead.
But the way the campaign did, like, I was just like, wow. I can't believe they doing this. And they really
Mm.
thought they had it.
Yep.
But people
Yep.
have common sense, and we are free thinkers, and we think for
Critical
ourselves.
thinkers. That's right.
Right.
We're not dumb anymore. And not that I'm saying we were dumb. I'm just saying to be sarcastic. You can't
Well,
manipulate us anymore.
the word is we're not dumb. That's one word, but we're also not blind anymore either. You can't pull
Right.
blinders over
Mm-hmm.
our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
The game is up. Like that dude who told a woman that he loved her just to get that thing. She got smart. Like, you using me. You ain't putting no ring on his finger. You just want to pass. You want to slide through 2 a.m. and leave at 3. This ain't going to go on no more. Mm-mm.
And the thing is, let's see how much we hear from her now, because Joe Biden is still president. He hasn't stepped down from being president. He just stepped down from running again.
I know. Let's see how
But
their
his
relationship
speech,
goes.
you see his response speech, I thought he was going to bust out laughing. He was so happy up there, happy-go-lucky, just, He didn't seem bothered at all.
Yeah, they gave him a shot of something before he came out.
Yeah.
They gave him some kind of happy juice. Some kind of mood-altering shot.
Oh, my God.
He's right back there cussing at everybody, pissed off, and calling Kamala Harris all kind of names.
They were like, what kind of clone is this? Because Joe Biden look good as I don't know what. Is this his clone?
Exactly. Was that AI? No, really. And I'm not saying it for real, but then I'm still saying it for real. Look at Joe Biden when he first stepped out with Barack Obama, and look at him now. He looks like a whole different person.
They
And
said people were saying he looks. People were even saying he looks younger.
Well,
He
it's obvious
looks a
to
little
me.
bit younger.
It's obvious to me that they did some kind of plastic surgery on this man, on his face. His face is too tight.
Right.
It's smoothed over. Like a mask. Because they have to keep the president looking youthful.
Right.
Image is everything. You think he has to comb his own hair? He probably doesn't even have to wipe his own backside. Well, the president's taking a dump. Let's go on in.
I mean,
Thanks,
when he stepped out and gave it, I'm like, he's so coherent. Like, he was just, you would think he was like 50-something years old.
We'll see.
Well,
Yeah,
60-something years old. He's in his 80s, but you would think he was 20 years younger.
Right. So, and there was nobody standing next to him during that, if I can recall.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nobody. So if he was by himself, it could have been a production. It could have been an AI production. Look, the AI we can have through downloading these apps that we can get, that's amazing. Well, could you imagine what they have?
You know what? You're right, because
remember
last year we did that show about those glasses where you can put them on and you could be anywhere, you could be across the world.
Right.
And we're just watching this on TV. We don't even know we're just watching this on TV.
Exactly. And they have so
many ways. It's not like we're there to confirm anything.
Right. Special effects and everything on the movies that you see, they have all that. They got all of that. They might have them just like in a straitjacket somewhere, feeding them every few hours, and he's in there. Let me out of here! Damn it!
But my thing
walking
is
around the White House, walking around the White House with his underwear.
Oh yeah, with a tinfoil hat on. Yeah,
talking incoherent. Yeah, walking down the hallway talking about, I just got off the phone with Ronald Reagan. Yeah, we had a good conversation.
That is crazy. But my thing is, if she, like, when the whole 4 years of his presidency, you didn't hear anything from Kamala Harris.
Nothing.
Like, you knew she was vice president, but I didn't see her. She wasn't on any speaking engagements. Like
No.
I didn't see her do anything. Not unless I missed something, but I didn't see her do anything.
Mm-mm.
But they kind of knew
And
she was going to lose. I mean, she was the worst candidate. They knew she was going to lose. I wonder what's the point in them having her run just so Trump could get back in there?
they didn't want Trump in there. Trump has his own money. Trump is not part of the machine, although he
They
has
said
to,
when he was president before, he didn't take a salary.
right.
That's how
Yes,
much money he has.
right, right. That's a heck of a statement, but he's not part of that. Uh, I hate to call them elites, like they're really elite, but those bloodlines that are going to control.
No, mm-mm.
You see, he's not part of that. And that agenda, like he said, and it's been circulating all over, never before in the history of mankind has there been this whole thing about all of these different genders. He says, you're assigned your gender at birth, and that's the way it's going to be. And anybody
That's
who
right.
suggests to a child, they're going to have to face severe consequences that you're something else trapped in your body. That craziness, man. That's
Oh
craziness.
yeah,
That shouldn't even be on a child's mind. You shouldn't even introduce that into a child's mind. You're messing
right.
with them from then to plant that seed and make them have doubt in their young minds. You should be trying to reaffirm something good, something that's about character, about integrity. And you want to whisper in their mind that they might be trapped, and you can suggest this to them. That's sick. You see, they better be glad I'm not in America and have young children all over again. Oh no, I would blow that up.
Lance,
I'd
I
go
can
on my
see
own
you
campaign.
homeschooling. First of all, I see you homeschooling because knowing you would
Yeah,
not send your child in no public school.
I
Because
would not
public
want, no,
schools,
exactly.
yeah,
Right. I'd have a problem with
yeah.
that. I'd tell the teacher, you're not teaching this to my child. You're not, I'd have most of the parents of their school up there. I'd be out to school like Malcolm X, and they'd be lined up at that point, and we all march in. Yes, I would. Malcolm X with it. Exactly. No way.
I can see you right now. I'm homeschooling. I don't trust y'all. And then you might be one of. I don't want my kid with no white teacher either.
Exactly. I'll go the whole nine and not be ashamed or sheepish to say anything. Because, too many people have been telling me, oh, Lance, you got brave ever since you got moved to Africa. I was talking the way I talk all the way.
Yeah.
The alphabet boys started watching me back in 2005, long before I knew what a YouTube was.
Right.
The stuff that I wrote, articles I wrote, yep. So I'm used to that. I'm not scared of them people. I can tell you some incredible stories of some stuff that people, oh, you're a parent. No, I'm not. When you see the way the world is today, whenever you do speak a certain way, they start watching you. So they can get something on you to smear you, just in case you blow up and get big. This is what people don't understand. They watch, they have AI, they watch everybody. They monitor everybody. And if they feel you're going to get bigger than what you are, they can't control you or take your presence or your platforms down, they're going to watch you. They're going to come after you because they're going to listen in on your phone. They're going to know all your quirks. They're going to know all your weak points. and trust me, TMZ is here to blow it up. And they'll use it against you. Whatever little quirks you have. Oh yeah, I heard Lance got a fetish for women with big crusty feet. Look like talons. That's not true. I'm just saying whatever it is they got on you. J. Edgar Hoover with it.
Especially when it comes to something political.
Well, I'm going to say it again. I said it on one of the other shows that they're going to restrict visas to Ghana. And they had to make the announcement. Yes, that's a fact. I forgot what the man's name is. He's over that in the government. He's like the top dog with that. And he made the announcement that they would.
If I wanted to come to Ghana, how in the world would I?
Well, here it is that they made the announcement. They were first to clear it up now. They said it's not about the Ghanaian government. It's not about you, Ghanaian government. It's not about you, Ghanaian people. We don't want people to come to Ghana to interfere with their democracy. So what is it? Is this for white people? Are they moving en masse to Ghana? No, these are black people that are moving to Ghana. Black people who understand what's going on in America and what they're doing, Memorandum 46 and the exploitation of things in the motherland. And so they don't want people like me to come over here and start talking and interfere with the America's grip on Ghana specifically. So we're good. Now, this is what I read between the lines. We're going to watch your social media. If you're one of them radical Negroes who are going to go over there and move, well, guess what? We're going to stop you from going over there, and we're going to restrict your visa. They didn't say they're going to use social media, but how are they going to know? How are they going to know what you're? How are they going to know that you're coming over there to interfere with democracy? Look, they have their system here already. They got issues here too, like anywhere else. They have corruption like anywhere else. So you're worried about what you're going to get out of this country because, you know, you get along technically.
Right.
Like I can say stuff about that, but like I don't even deal with politics here. I'm not going to really deal, you know, you got to read between the lines because I'm here already. And this is not America, and then you can disappear quick. So I'm here to live these years and travel the motherland of the world and just enjoy, you know, a different status. But I must still rag America. I'm always do that. That's where I was born. I'm still an American. But read between the lines with that. And that went past most people. Most people are not even talking about that. I take it where they're going to watch people's social media. They're going to watch if you apply for a visa. You have to state where you're going to be, where you're coming, how long you know. And I got a lot to say about that, and I'm not going to say certain things on this particular conversation, but you know what it is. And
yeah.
all I can say is nah.
Well, yeah. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
So visa. So you apply for that if you're like staying for what, 90 days or a year or two years or what? Like how long?
Well, from what I gather, when you apply for it, you can apply for it for a certain amount of time. Like I applied for a 5-year visa and I got it, right? You can apply for like a year or whatever. And it's an open pass that if you came out here for 2 weeks and left, came out here for 2 days, came out here for 2 years, as long as the visa is good. So you get a 5-year visa, you can go back and forth. It's like having the unlimited pass in an amusement park where you can go on any ride as opposed to paying for each ride that adds up to be more, you know? So
okay, so if I'm just coming to visit, I won't need a visa, but how long could I stay if I'm just coming to visit, if I got my passport?
Well, no, I believe you do need a visa to come here, no matter what. But how long is it that you're going to get it? Like, say, for example, a person that plans to move here within the 5 years.
They're going to watch it. Okay.
Right.
But if I'm just coming on vacation, they're not going to really raise a red flag to that because, she's just coming for 2 weeks.
Right. I would assume that, you know, and really, if you are moving here for good, anybody listening, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that, and don't get a one-way ticket. Pay more and get a 2-way ticket, and just let it. You know, if you feel you're under the radar, get a round trip ticket. If you feel you're under the radar from the government to come mess with you because they feel you're some radical revolutionary a person who's politically minded, you're going to come over here and do stuff. If you're in that lane, play their own game. Get a round trip ticket. And you get over here and let it go. I don't know if you can kind of help somebody else. Well, I got a half a ticket here. You can go and ride back on me or whatever, or refund money or whatever, but do that. That's how they watch you. You get a one-way ticket and say, why are you getting a one-way ticket to go over there? Oh, no. We're going to make you not get this visa. You can't tell us a return date? Oh, no. You ain't going over there and getting lost. You want to keep our hands on you. Because you have electronics. You have the technology over here.
Yeah.
You have entities over here who will monitor you, who can act radical, you know, keep everybody away from you unless you really know them. You know, living like a recluse has its advantages.
Right.
And you're not predictable. Every Thursday at 5 o'clock, you always go, no, that Negro's been in his property for 3 weeks and not come out.
I
We
told
don't
you
know where
what I say before. I'm like, you're gonna have it where they're gonna be like, is he okay? I haven't seen that gate opening about
uh,
3-4 weeks.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, and in
And
our
you go,
private conversation, I'm gonna tell you some even deeper plans, even to go deeper. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I love it.
yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I was just shocked by the. I mean, it more videos are still coming in. So if the more I find, the more I'm gonna send to you. But that one is the most radical
Yes,
one that I found so far,
that's amazing.
and it's mostly white people. Like, why are y'all crying?
At first, what was with that? When 911 happened, there's all these white folks crying, "Oh God, oh God, we have to do something about these terrorists." Wait a second, I was a nigger yesterday. Not now. We're American. Yes, we're Americans. We are American. But the threat's gone. I'm a nigger again. Okay,
But
my
one
status
on
changing.
there, I think it was a 14-minute. The one I just sent you tonight, I think it's 14 minutes, and one on there it had me raise a red flag, got me alarmed. It was this white girl on there, and she's crying her eyes out, and she's like, I can't believe Trump won, blah blah blah. Gives all the reasons, and she's like, her parents voted for Trump, and so she's like, I can't talk to my parents about it because they voted for Trump, and they don't know who they voted for. They don't understand. But she's like, I'm upset because, people I know, my friends, I just feel bad for them. But she was like, well, you know, their lives are going to be, a certain way. But she was like, no, I'm not talking about me because, my life would be fine because I'm a white woman. But, my friends, I feel bad for them. I'm like, wait a minute, what? What did you just say? She pretty much said, my life is decent. I'm a white woman. So I'm like, so
Right.
as a white person, your life is way better than black people and other people of color.
Exactly. Your
You just
true
acknowledge that.
colors shining through.
But she's on this thing crying her eyes out that Trump won. So I'm like, to me, what does it look like to you? White guilt is what they call it.
It's a complex thing. It's almost like Trump is not a person to move on code, and people who are not white didn't fall for the whole he's racist. I never saw so many white people calling a white man racist, right? Because if a man is truly racist, then that means he's in their favor, even if they don't believe that.
Right.
Even if they're not racist, these people saying it, a racist president is going to favor that. So that tells me that he's not really that,
Right.
because they're afraid now that he's going to be fair with everybody. And these people who may not be hateful racists, where they still want to hold on to the privilege. They still want to hold on to the white privilege. They can tell you how, oh, I don't believe in this and I don't believe in that, and it's unfair to black people, but they're not giving up their privilege.
Right.
You see? So a racist president would be in their favor. But now they're calling him this. White people don't call other white people racist.
Right.
They may shuck and jive with you in the break room or on the weekend when you see them at Starbucks, whatever, and say, "Oh, how unfair was that little black boy got shot? It is so terrible," and all this. They don't give a damn about that as long as it doesn't affect their life. It, it's something in a different world. They're only acting when they see you. Because if white folks wanted something done, they'd get it done immediately, collectively. But they know Trump gets along with black people. He's done a lot for them, a whole lot, more than I could list. But I did that little presentation earlier today about Trump and his relationship with black America. There are things I found out even after the fact. How he sent his own plane, his jet, to Nelson Mandela when he was released, and all these different little things that you don't even hear about.
But the left
And
is not going
Jennifer
to tell you
Hudson's
that.
family, when they had that thing where they got killed, and he put them up for all these months and took
Yep.
care of all their bills. He wasn't running for president then.
Mm-mm.
And if he is racist, we need more racists like that in the world.
But the left is not going to tell you that.
They're not going to tell you that. No, 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 no. That's right. They're going to lie. Mm-mm. They're going to lie. It's like that
And
man
you
who
just,
tried for a woman and she turned him down. So now he's going to tell all the other guys coming around, oh, she's a whore. You don't want to mess with her. Because you mad. You will lie on the person. And it ain't true. But
see, I
what?
knew Kamala was bad because guess who did not want black people to vote for her as well? Umar Johnson. I said, if Umar Johnson tells y'all not to vote for her, if Umar Johnson telling you not to vote for her, you really, come on, y'all. Somebody need to start doing some research.
Yep. He ain't gonna miss a thing. You can say what you want about him, but he comes with the good perspectives and information. But you know,
I think he was also stuck on the fact that they kept calling her black, and that just pissed him off. He was like, "She ain't even black. She is not black."
I can hear him now. Yeah, I can't stand Candace Owens. You know, I cannot stand Candace Owens, but she did a hell of a job. I have a truce with her. He might be on one of her shows. I have a problem with who you married.
Right.
But you came through for black people on this one.
He don't like her because she married a white man mostly. Yeah.
Exactly. You did one for the race, sister. You did one for the race. But
when they had Barack Obama come out there, I'm like, y'all should have known that was going to backfire because Barack Obama was not raised by a black woman, but he telling you, think about who you raised by. You weren't even raised by a black woman at all.
You think I would? You think I'd hold my tongue if I was in that room when he came in there to speak? It would have went viral because I would have been right in the argument with him. He would have had to get Secret Service to tussle with me. That's right. And I would not submit.
As soon as he said, your mama black.
Yeah. I said, is your mama black? Barry Soetoro, the richest president ever. Shoot, Donald Trump is a multi-billionaire, and they say Barack Obama was the richest president ever?
Wow.
But then they're going to try to pass him off as some community activist in the streets, humble. The hell out of here. They manufactured a lot about him, too.
My thing is this, all these presidents, all of them had money because how are they able to go to these top colleges?
Exactly. They're all related.
Look at the college
Barack Obama has some relation
Barack Obama
to the Bushes and all this stuff.
Look at the college Michelle went to. Even for Michelle as a black woman, she grew up as a rich. You were rich, Michelle. You weren't the typical black girl. You weren't.
Exactly.
You weren't.
Exactly. And I heard she was condescending and cocky too. You know, coming up. You know what I mean? So look, the only hope, I'm gonna say it now. The only hope that the Democratic people are gonna think they have in 2028, they are going to push Michelle Obama to run because she has the name, she is black, there is no doubt about that. And she's going to favor all the things that all the Democrats have favored all along, with the LGBTQ and all those other things, and men wearing dresses, going into the bathroom, all of that stuff. Michelle Obama, 2028. Mark my words. That's the only way. And she knows how to speak, and she's brilliant. They have no choice. Who can they get better than Michelle Obama?
Said she ain't want to run. Michelle Obama said she ain't want to run for president, though.
when them people make that phone call and tell her little black behind that you're gonna have to run, she gonna be right there. When them
Tell her
people,
little black behind.
you love your husband, don't you? Huh? We know what he used to do when he used to sniff coke and had the men give him head. We'll put that out there. We'll put out a lot of things about y'all. You make sure that you there in the morning time to talk to these people how you gonna do it. Michelle Obama is the only hope for the Democratic Party in 2028.
And
She still
guess
ain't gonna
what?
win.
And look, I was about to say, guess what? And if she represent what Kamala, I'm still not voting for her. Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
But it has to
Mm-mm.
be on policy and what they deliver. And who knows? I mean, Donald Trump may
If
have
her policy is
even
not
a
right,
better run this time.
if her policies ain't right, I'm still not voting for her because remember, if Michelle runs, she's gonna be probably running against J.D. Vance.
Right.
I see J.D. Vance
But if
being the Republican candidate.
yeah. Because this guy, he has a personality and he's got some charisma. He's not like a Pence type dude. Some dude just sitting in the back. You know, it's like Pence remind me of that dude who is like a security guard in some warehouse.
Oh yeah.
And he got his retirement check, and he don't care if you walking up the back door stealing. Say, go ahead. I'm clocking out in 10 minutes. I don't care. Go ahead, take it. I don't care. He had no personality.
But J.D. Vance got some personality to him. He's not just.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. But Michelle Obama, if she come with the wrong policy, I'm still not gonna vote for her.
Exactly. But see, remember, they will go crazy over her because who her husband is. It'll be a thing where
black. Look, she's actually black. I don't care if her policy ain't what it need to be, I won't vote for her.
Exactly.
But they gonna eat that up. Oh,
black.
She's actually black. We can prove it's not about it. See, it's still gonna be the identity politics, and I'm gonna be like, I don't care about. Don't come at me about her being black. I don't care about her being black. You thought the identity thing was bad now? You know how bad it's going to be when an actual black woman runs for president? Oh, gosh. We'll never be able to get away from that. Well, she's black. She's black. She's black,
all you have to do is flip their way of thinking where they accept people. I identify as a daffodil. I identify as a cat. Well, she's black. You have to vote for. No, I'm not. I identify as a white woman. I'm a white woman now. Two can play that game, that delusional, I don't want to see reality for what it is type game. Yeah, but to me, who else would they want to use who had more chance of winning? Now, if Donald Trump has a fabulous run, they still don't have a chance because no matter what you say, it can't go over what he did. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Trump is, and if J.D. Vance and Trump work together in the dream team that he has, Elon Musk and Kennedy and all this stuff, they'll continue on with him, with Vance.
Right. And
let it
should
be
that way, but you're going to have someone on the left, they still mad that Trump won and going to just vote against him out of spite. You already know that.
Oh, they'll be mad to the day they die with that.
Yeah.
They'll be sitting up in an old nursing home somewhere. Damn it, Trump back in 2024. What you talking about, man? It's 2062. What you talking about? You know what I mean? You sitting up here incoherent and oblivious to reality and talking about Trump in 2024 and his son done ran and won. What are you talking about? You gonna croak, having a heart attack, he's running.
Trump long dead and you talking about
exactly. That's like old senile family members who talk about something from 1969 that happened. They're like, I'm tired of hearing this. The person they're talking about has been dead and gone, pushing up daisies.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about 2028. Anyway, they better have somebody good, even if it's not Michelle Obama. They better have somebody good. They better have somebody that's coherent. Number one, they need somebody that's going to answer questions.
Exactly. But they better start manufacturing this person from now, because they don't seem to have people organic.
Well, see, the thing is, I wonder when do they prepare these people? Because my thing is, they should at least do it in 2026, 2 years outside of an election year. They should start preparing whoever they want to run. You know how they select a Democratic or a Republican candidate to run? They need to start on that 2 years prior. I don't think
and they
need
didn't
to
do
wait
that for
for
Kamala Harris at all. They just pushed her right on in.
They said she only had 103 days, and that's part of the reason why she lost, because she only had 103 days.
Look, they could have gave her 1,003 days. She's still gonna lose. Trust me.
Well, she didn't have a good policy, and she to me she had
no policies.
Really.
Would you have changed anything about what
people
Biden
were
did?
trying to
No,
push
I don't
her.
see anything I could change.
We got all these migrants in our country. We got all these taxes we're paying. Gas went up, food went up, and you're not gonna change nothing about that.
She didn't even want to change Biden's depends.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Probably got two Secret Service officers by his daggone bedroom door so he doesn't walk out and walk around incoherent. Mr. President, please. You can't trap me in my bedroom. This is still my house.
Oh my goodness. I read online where somebody was like, how many more days she got in office? 70 what? 70 something days?
Oh man, let the countdown begin.
They are already counting down. But like I said, Trump gonna need heavy security on Inauguration Day.
They're gonna have to frisk Inauguration Day when they all walk out together. They're gonna have to frisk Joe Biden, because I know he's gonna carry a kitchen knife with him and try to stab Trump up. I'm telling you, you'll never see nothing like this in history before. Trump go to shake his hand, he come with a knife. Damn it! And then he'll fall down the steps. He's gonna find some steps to fall down one more time before he's out. And claim insanity.
But I wonder how the transition is going to be when they're like, vice president, and president.
That's going to be funny. I'll be reading body language all day on that one.
You should do a live show with the inauguration where you kind of looking at it and watching it live at the same time.
Yes, I'm definitely going to do that. And it slipped me to do the Kamala thing. I should have done that too. It just slipped my mind. The speech that she gave to concede. I would have loved to rip into that live. But almost definitely. That's going to be an event. Certain things going to be in place. I'm going to have a ball.
Now, as many people that voted for him, the first time they said it was in, this time it's probably going to be packed because so many people voted for him and glad he got back in. Exactly. So it's like his inauguration is probably going to be really, really packed.
There ain't going to be no Kamalites there.
No, well, it might be. They might have some type of scheme or something.
Yeah.
But I know he's going to need extra security because it's going to be some stupid people out there because they don't have to get him. They just got to get another Trump supporter. They attack Trump supporters.
And how about this statement that they're going to, if there's a cataclysmic event, mass shootout or whatever, where a lot of political people are taken out, that they can immediately replace. I mean, they're putting these different things together. It makes you wonder, like, what do they know? What do they anticipate happening? That's kind of spooky to me. But with presidents, they're briefed on things that we'll never know. They're not going to be transparent like that. I mean, it could have been a nuclear bomb heading toward America, and they intercepted it, and they probably won't even tell the country, the news. A lot of things happen, near misses that happen, and the potential things. So what do they want to do? Cause mass panic? They can, if there's some weird disease going around and they contain it and it doesn't spread, you think they're going to tell anybody?
No.
Get you all uptight and tense even more?
They,
I was
they
like,
don't
this
want
young
civil. They don't want civil unrest.
unrest. Yeah, it's like this lady I knew in China, a sister, born in Georgia and raised in Florida, and she was part of an exchange program with a Chinese student there, and then she decided to stay. And she used to like the stuff that I did back in the day. That's long before I was doing videos. And she told me, she says, she was high up in the medical field there because she was there to as an exchange student to teach medical English to the Chinese students there, right?
Uh-huh.
So you have to know medical Chinese. Because if you go to the doctor, you'll say, "Oh, I have a pain in my elbow." I don't know what the medical name for an elbow is. It's probably something long. You know what I mean? So now you
Right,
know
right.
that already. And then you got to talk to Chinese students. So you have to know how to do that funny slash. It's not even the English language. But she told me, because she was a heart specialist, and she got high up. She used to write books that doctors all over the world would, take from. And I was like, man, you're a fan of me, little old me? But she was telling me, she says, you don't know half of the stuff that almost happened or could have happened or things that have happened that they don't tell you. Because she was affiliated with a lot of political people in China. But she was so high up, that's where the world's met. Feel some low or whatever, but when you're high up in anything, you all come together to speak about stuff. And she found stuff out. She would never tell
Wow.
me. Yeah. So you have to also see the perspective of what, and maybe what I told you about the visa being restricted, maybe that's something that wouldn't go out there as much. Maybe the
Right.
algorithms wouldn't let people know out there. Ghana is a focal point. The entire motherland is, but Ghana, there's something about Ghana they want to control. They don't want anybody interfering in it. That tells you a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. That is crazy. But like, oh yeah, a video came up on my feed. If Trump is Hitler, why did he become president? Oh man, I gotta watch that video too.
Oh, wow.
So they're
I
now
mean,
calling this man Hitler. I'm like, what is the outrage? Like, what? What is the outrage about Trump? This is too much.
I don't,
This is
I
too
don't
much.
think it's the people coming out with this in their own mind. They're following a narrative. They're following propaganda. I mean, and they take responsibility for it. I understand that. They run with it now. Now they have to own it. Just to show you how mindless we've become. Mindless. We don't think anymore. I had such a hunger to read back in the day and get information when I was younger. If I eat cereal, I'm reading the cereal box. If
Yeah,
I go to the
yeah.
bathroom, there's an Architectural Digest or a Florida Design magazine in there for me to read, and I'm looking at the ads too. I have to learn, so I have to see, I have to read, I have to know. I have to expand my mind. I'm not just a social media sitting duck. No way. I could have been a content creator when I was 7 years old. I would always talk about things. You know what I mean? That's in my DNA. I can't just be a sitting duck and a hollow individual, aka a hollow, who brings nothing internally to the table. No perspective, no thoughts, no feelings towards something. And the awareness to be able to convey this to you in a civil manner. He's Hitler. He's a racist. He's just, listen. If Trump was a Hitler, do you think the Jews would be quiet about it?
That
Tell me
man
that.
will be
Answer
that
that.
man will be and Osama bin Laden. They wouldn't even let him live that long. He wouldn't even be.
Exactly. They're saying that to people who are gullible. Much Jews in the U.S. government, and if he was a Hitler, if he wore the same cologne as Hitler, they wouldn't let him in.
Right.
Communist similarities. Yankel, let's get rid of him.
But see, I think they're really mad about Trump is the president. The Senate will be controlled by Republican, and the House is mostly Republican.
They gonna own everything.
But see, the thing is, when it was mostly Democrat and we had a Democratic president, the economy went to crap. So of course we're gonna turn the other way and see what the other party's gonna do. I'm not understanding.
But these crazy people talking about Trump said Hitler and all of this stuff Kamala's all about. She's a black woman. So what? They don't think about money?
No, they are not thinking about more money in their paycheck. Trump also, one thing that I like that affect me is Trump is working on not taxing overtime, which is a very good thing.
Wow. Don't make me come back to America to work now.
But Lance, I'm telling you, he's trying to pass no taxes on overtime.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to change the lives of a lot of people.
That is. And see, that directly affects me because I work overtime sometimes. I would love to keep, because overtime right now in the state I'm in is taxed 40%.
Oh, my God.
Some people's Social Security is taxed up to 10%.
40%.
40% in the state I'm in now. You know what state I'm in. It's taxed 40%.
But that's the general consensus, like in Florida. When I was there working, it's like, man, they're going to tax the hell out of you. You don't even get the benefit of the overtime you're working.
Right.
But that would change folks' desire to work more because that's free money then. Not like it's being taxed even more.
Right.
When I was working in corrections and doing a lot of overtime, I made good money, but it was taxed out so much.
That's right. And my thing is, as far as Social Security, I don't even know why that's taxed in the first place. That shouldn't be, because, like I said, you've already worked for that money, and most importantly, that money has already been taxed. How are you going to tax me twice? No.
Right.
No. I paid into it. I paid into that system with money that has already been taxed, and you shouldn't tax me again. Oh yeah. For the left, you know, Kamala Harris had a capital gains tax.
Oh my God. Boy.
I'm not sure if it's called it was some kind of tax. I think it was called a capital gains tax. But anyway, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you have a house, and your house is $400, and you sell your house for $400,000. You know she's gonna take almost half. You know she's gonna take almost $200,000 off that for.
I heard about that.
Now, why in the world would I purchase property or a house and pay for it and then turn around, sell it, and give you almost half of it?
You'll never sell. Never sell. If you do sell, I'm giving it to you, and you meet me around the corner later on with that suitcase with the money.
No.
We're gonna get around that bad boy. We're gonna pay off some lawyers, accountants, and the bank. We're gonna work this thing and get around it.
You're gonna have the IRS document. Well, Lance, sir, did you have a house that you sold last year? We don't see you staying there, and we don't see it in your name anymore. You know, you want to tell us what happened to it? Oh no, that's my cousin. Yeah, my cousin moved in.
Exactly. And for them to come have that conversation with me, they got to find me out in Africa, up in the mountains. You can fly your drones. I don't come out that much. My balconies will be covered. Yes, they will.
Oh my goodness gracious! But yes, you wanted to take almost half your money when you sold. I'm like, that's your house. That is the equity that you built in that house that you paid for. Why would you take half my money like that?
Crazy.
But the people don't look at policy. You see how many you knew about these policies? If the left does not look at policy. They look at identity and they look at gender.
Emotionalism. Get you stoked
Right.
up.
And it's
Now they're
like,
crying.
vote, yes, vote blue no matter who. That is their motto. Vote blue no matter who.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Wonder what Kamala's doing right now. How many lines of coke did she snort?
You know
How
what?
much
Whatever
Hennessy
she's
did she
doing,
drink?
I really hope I really hope she don't get on camera again. That and that's all I'm saying. I mean, because the only money that she's gonna make now for the rest of her life is from interviews and judging how she
Exactly.
answer questions.
Who
She's not gonna have no
who wants to pay
teleprompter
her
in
for
front of
that
her.
though?
She is not
Who
gonna have
wants
no
to pay her for
teleprompter.
right? All she gonna do is cackle. Who wants to pay her for that we got free all this time that she been running? It's gonna be the same thing. She gonna give you a
And
roundabout answer.
and she won't have no
Exactly.
teleprompter in front of her, so she probably won't do well in that one either. And she won't even be running
She
for
gonna
president no more.
she gonna have these crazy answers. Well, how do you feel Donald Trump will do in the economic arena that he excels in? Well, we all don't excel all the time. And there's a person who sees the good in all Americans. We have to pull together. She's not even going to answer the question. For real.
remember when she was being interviewed, they were giving her these softball questions, and then she would always say, well, as a person that grew up middle class,
Little question.
there's a woman down the street on the store that I called her my second mom, and I would go down there and she taught me a lot of things and she showed me a lot of things. I'm like, look, if we got to hear about your middle class upbringing one more time.
I'm telling you, middle
And
class
two,
upbringing that
black
didn't
black
even
women
exist.
should have black women should have dropped her when she told them she cleaned collard greens in the bathtub. Y'all should have
Oh my
dropped her
God.
then.
Mm-mm.
Cause I know I'm
Oh,
black
I
and
said, okay.
I know I grew up eating collard greens and I ain't never cleaned them in no tub
In no tub, right? That's the crazy
ever.
thing. Well,
Black
well,
people,
well,
we we
Kamala.
we, we don't do that.
Well, Kamala, if that's what you did coming up, cleaning greens in a tub, I got a tall glass of Kool-Aid that came from toilet water. How about that? Let's just make stuff up and go along with it. Mm-mm. This is crazy. Bizarro world. Who would have
Yes,
thought? Who would have thought?
but she still may get interviews while she's vice president. But after January, you probably won't hear
But
from her no
I
more.
don't think anybody's interested in her right now. Like, she had her time. If it was someone else who was effective and who really had substance, yeah. But you go back to what you were. And what was she doing this whole Biden presidency? Nothing. You knew she was there.
I don't think I saw her. I don't
You
think I
didn't.
really saw her.
You didn't. You didn't. She's like a black mammy back in the days, slavery, going with the wind days. And when they have their white gatherings, you're only going to appear to clean a table or to serve some food, but keep your black ass in the next room and you can peek from the shadows.
Right.
That's her role. And
And
cackle.
you can only come out and clear the tables when nobody paying attention to the table.
Exactly. And if a guest requires you to come to their room, you go to the room and do what you have to do. Willie Brown style. Oh, you caught that.
Yeah.
Tackle on
Oh
this.
my.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what? It was a hard. It was close. It was a hard race. I'm glad it's over with because around this time last week I was so tired of the propaganda. I was so tired of the
Yeah.
back and forth. especially from the left. They calling names and all these ads about Trump, and I just got tired of it. So I'm glad I won't be seeing the ads no more on TV.
Oh God! I mean, since it's over, I feel post-orgasmic. I'm like, just
They add you to
it's
death
crazy.
over here. I don't know if they do this in other countries, but in America, if it's an election year, oh my gosh, every commercial break is an ad, and you're like, I'm so tired of this.
Oh God, the billboards over here, and the people driving around in trucks and pickups with the speaker the loudspeakers and stuff. And then they're like cheap loudspeakers. They're tinny. You can't even understand what they're saying. It's like, man, shut up.
Wow.
And not even speaking English. I mean, I'm in a different country. That's the main language, but they're still going to speak their native language. When you hear that over one of those tinny loudspeakers, you really don't know what they're saying.
Wow.
And the billboard, they go crazy over here. They're more passionate than anybody out here. Crowds of them just screaming at each
You
other.
know how do you know how often they have their elections and how
I think
long the
I think
president
it's
can be
every
in
4
office?
years. Yes,
Oh,
it's 4
really?
years.
Oh,
Yeah, same
oh.
thing. Except they're being held in December. They do it that way. And I'm going to be
Wow.
observant.
Are they as ratchet as America is because America's pretty ratchet with our elections.
No,
Our elections are
they're
pretty
not ratchet, but they're passionate, and they're loud and passionate. Like they can be like on one of the vans or the chochos, and one person says something about one side, and the other one jumps in. And I made a short out of one of them. I was on the van one time, and they were arguing, man. And I mean, I was like, "Oh man, this is." I don't even know what the word they were saying, but I'm putting this up. Somebody's going to understand it. It was
See,
funny though.
they're able to do that without fighting and threatening each other's life.
Right.
Us, they would not like an election in America. Then no, they'd be like, "What is this? This is dangerous." Yeah, it's our election.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to know what the weird post-election news is over there. Like the different weird stories with people who are fighting over their political differences. I'd love to hear about that.
I'm gonna keep sending you the videos as they come. I'm serious. I'm gonna keep sending you the videos as they come in because people done lost their mind. Like black women, it's a video in there where a black woman's like, I gotta go to work, and part of her work uniform, I don't know if she work at Target or Chick-fil-A, but she got a red shirt on, and it's part of her uniform for work.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you know what? The only reason why I'm wearing this is because of work. I hate the color red. When I see the color red,
my God.
yeah, she's like, I hate the color red. I really hate the color red. The only reason why I got it on is because I gotta have it on for work. So I'm like, okay, so you either work at Chick-fil-A or Target. I don't know which one you work at, but that's the only two places I know that requires a red shirt: Chick-fil-A or Target.
And if a pastor said that she got to wear red on Sunday, they all wear red, she'll be right up in the bad boy. That's why she hate red.
She
You
said,
better love red.
I hate red. I've never hated red so much in my life.
Well, she better love red. I love red because it saves my life every time I'm driving. Imagine all the lights are green on both sides. There'd be so many smack ups. See a red light, you know to stop.
And then you got this one gay white dude. He started the video. I mean, the whole video is him screaming.
Oh, God.
I'm telling you that you got to watch what I said. You watch all
Mental
14
health.
minutes of it.
I'm gonna go back.
Video.
I saw like about 3 minutes of it. I'm gonna go back and listen and watch that one. That was interesting, especially
The
when they said the
whole
title about
video is
feminists.
him screaming. The whole video. He recorded.
Oh, no.
And this is another thing. These people recording themselves doing this stuff. The whole video is him screaming. The entire video is him screaming.
Yeah. Wow.
And then you got another black lady in her car. I mean, she's screaming like the whole mouth wide open and everything. You know You ever seen Charlie Brown and when they yell, you know how big their mouth get when they yell and they crying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how her mouth was.
Mm-mm.
In her car. And you know what she said? Why? She just kept saying why over. Why? 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 I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm looking at this lady, I'm like, lady, what is wrong with
But what
you?
kind of right does she have if she can get like this over an election?
And then
That's my point.
after she stopped yelling, why? She's like, do you hate me that much? Do you hate me that much? I'm like, who hates you? Who hates you?
She has some pre-existing issues
This
to be
and
triggered
you
like
what?
that.
If that's the case, all of them got pre-existing issues because they're all like maniacs. I'm telling you, when you watch this video, you be like, "What in the world did Tracey send me?" Yes. And what's
The
alarming is
crack
these
pipe
people got to
called
write the.
social media.
Yes, and what's alarming is these people. These people are among us. These are free people out walking free in the world. I'm like, these people need to be in an asylum. The way they're acting.
Right? Walking around with access to guns and knives, and who knows what they're doing to people's food in restaurants. Yeah, I see those Trump bumper stickers. They want coffee, all right. They're going to get coffee.
Oh gosh.
They're going to go pull a Jane Pittman on you. You remember that movie,
Oh,
Jane
okay.
Pittman, in the late 70s? When at the end, when she had that cup of water she handed to somebody, she spit in there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That is, I mean, I'm just like, please, people, if you supported Trump, please, if you can help it, please don't have don't have on nothing to say Trump. I don't want you to be attacked. I really don't. These people are crazy. And you had this one young girl, girl on there. She was like, if you voted for Trump, I just want you to know that you're ugly, and I hope you die. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, it's serious in America. It is very serious.
And it's not going away. It's just got stirred up because of this, but it's not going away.
But my
It's just going
thing
to get
is,
worse.
one candidate had to lose. I want to know what's different about this one because they'll normally talk their crap, but it's like this is like they're doing death threats with this one.
Well, it's really a war against those who are awakened and aware, and the sheeple. The sheeple want to stay where they are. They want to keep their heads in the sand. They don't want to see what has happened. They don't want to acknowledge it, but they have to. They have to. And they don't like what they see. They realize they've been living a lie and continue to do so, even though they know it's wrong. Oh, so they're living a lie. Now they have to face it. Accountability, get up and get something done. Look the issue square in the eye and methodically make a plan to break it down and, build a better life for yourself. Nobody handed us any plans out here to help us to come out here, anything. We just had to go think and, step by step. Some of you don't want to do that. Go ahead, though. You're about to say something.
She would have won if she would have just did her campaign a little differently. When they asked her early in her campaign, what would you do different than Biden? She should have said something then. She could have had 3 main points that she was going to change.
Oh, yeah. She could have stuck on those 3 good ones.
She could have
that.
said something about immigration, how she was going to handle that. She
But
could have said something about
she
like the
can't say
taxes.
immigration because she's over that. She was the border czar. She can't say that. It's like, what are you doing now? She can't say that. She hasn't done anything, but, and things that they asked her about, she was just in denial. She wanted to control every interview that she was in. That's why she didn't go to Joe Rogan. She had so many demands and requests and stipulations that, no. It's too crazy.
And remember, she kept canceling certain interviews. And she definitely didn't want to interview with Fox at all because she knew they were going to grill her.
Mm. It would be a terrible interview if I did, because I would have went right for the jugular. And she would have started cackling. I'm like, what would that mean? Give an answer. Why are you avoiding the answer?
Lance, they would have threw you about. They would have threw you. You should do a show on that. You should write down questions you would have asked Kamala Harris and do a show on it.
Do a skit.
Yeah.
She would have ran out of there. She would have saw my energy and just turned around and walked out. Yes, she would.
Well, Lance, as somebody that, I grew up in a middle class family, and my mother worked really hard. I was raised by a single mom, and it was kind of hard for us, me and my sister, and my second mom down the street that owned the store, and I would go down the street and see her, and you probably would.
Her extended family. A shape-shifting family. You don't know who's who. Taking pictures of the high and health and saying that's a family.
And remember that time she brought her family up on stage, and I'm looking like, who in that family is black? I ain't seen not one black person.
Exactly.
I did see a bunch of Indian people, though. I ain't seen not one black person.
That's nuts. Sweetheart.
Pretty much, the election, the American people spoken. Trump is the president. This is going to happen in life. You're going to have a candidate that you vote for, and they will lose. It's going to happen. And it happens all the time, but we still need to be civilized as people to understand that, it's not the end of the world, and you can still live your life the best way you know how to live it, and it could still be a good life. Just don't let whoever's in office dictate how you live your life, and don't let that affect you in your everyday life. But we still don't need to be out here fighting and holding grudges and just spreading a lot of negativity just because we don't like the current person that's in office. It's going to happen to every last one of us. You're not going to like every president that's in office. So we just need to learn to accept results and move on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Tracey J, thank you so much. I loved it. We're going to do this more often. And I'm definitely looking forward to the feedback on this conversation. You brought up so many great points as usual. Okay, we do have to do more of the financial shows and stuff with your expertise and your suggestions and where we need to be at this particular point, because we have a lot of work to do. So you have a wonderful night, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. Right. Good night.
Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.